Good morning, my dear students. Let us discuss about Business Law, 3rd BBA, Unit 2. Today's contents of class is Remedies for Breach of the Contract. Remedies for breach of the contract. Coming to the Indian Contract Act lays out all the provisions for the performance of the contract. Here, the Indian contract lays out all the provisions for performance of the contract. Here, provisions means set of rules and regulations. Here, what the author is saying means Indian Contract Act containing several rules and regulations regarding to performance of contract. It also contains the provisions in case of breach of contract by either party. Here, Indian Contract Act also containing some rules and regulations regarding to breach of the contract. Let us take a detailed look at the available remedies for breach of contract. And remedies for breach of the contract. When a promise or agreement is broken, any of the parties, we call it a breach of the contract. So, when either of the parties does not keep their end of the agreement or does not fulfill their obligations as per terms of the contract, it is a breach of the contract. Here, there is one of the contract. In that contract, two parties are there, party A and party B. Before entering into the contract, they have done some promises. Now, the main duty of the party A and party B is to perform their duties and responsibilities which are mentioned in the contract. So, if anybody have any one of the party of the contract has misleaded or overcome these obligations which are performed by the party is called breach of the contract. And obligations as per terms, here every party want to perform their duties as which was prescribed in the contract, and the time and the terms of the contract is very important. If any violations of the contract is done by any one of the party of the contract, that type of contract is called as breach of the contract. And there are few remedies for breach of the contract are available to wronged party. Let us take a look. Rescission of the contract. What is the meaning of rescission? Rescission is a temporary economic decline. Rescission is a temporary economic decline. Here, when one of the parties to a contract does not fulfill his obligations, then other party can resign. Resign means refuse the contract or refuse the performance of his obligation. Here, there is one contract between two parties, party A and party B. Here, one party is resigning the contract. Why? Because another party is not following the rules and regulations what they have promised before entering into the contract. Here, resigned means cancelling the contract and refusing the performance of his obligations. And we are having two different sections, that are section 65 and section 75. What these sections are saying: as per section 65 of Indian Contract Act, the party that resigns the contract must restore any benefits he got under the said agreement. According to section 65 of the Indian Contract Act, he is saying that if any party of the contract is going to cancel the contract, that is nothing but resign the contract, means cancellation of the contract, they want to restore any benefits he got under the said agreement. And coming to the section 75 states that the party that resigns the contract, if any party cancels the contract, is entitled to receive damage or compensation for such a rescission period. Here, if you can cancel the contract, you want to pay the some money for towards damages. And second one is sue of damages. Sue for damages. According to section 73 clearly states that the party who has suffered since the other party has broken the promises can claim compensation for loss or damages caused to them in the normal case of business. Here in business, two parties are there. They have done one of the contract. Party A and party B is there. They have promised some things to perform in the contract, but one of the party is refusing to do those promises. They are going to breach of the contract. According to section 73 clearly states that the party, when they have suffered since other party has broken the promises, then having rights to claim the compensation for loss or damages caused to them in normal course of business. Such damages will not payable if the loss is abnormal. Here losses is payable when it is normal to nature. If it is abnormal to the nature, loss is if abnormal to the nature, the amount is not payable from the party of the contract. That is not in the ordinary course of business. There are two types of damages according to the act. Here liquidated damages and unliquidated damages. Coming to the liquidated damages, sometimes the party to a contract will agree to the amount payable in case of breach. Here sometimes the party to a contract will agree to do amount payable in case of breach. Here there is a contract between two parties. If any party has done some damages or damage, then they want to pay amount towards that damages. That is liquidated damages. This is known as liquidated damages. But coming to unliquidated damages means here party if done any mistake, they are not ready to pay for damages, but here the amount payable due to breach of the contract is assessed by the court or an appropriate authorities. Here court is giving order and any appropriate authority is making pressure of the party to pay compensation towards the damages. That is called liquidated damages. Coming to third point, sue for specific performance. This means the party in breach will actually have to carry out his duties according to the contract. This means the party in breach will actually have to carry out his duties according to the contract. Here the party in breach will actually have to carry out their duties according to their contract. When we entered into the contract, both the parties want to perform their duties and responsibilities which are mentioned in the contract. It is compulsory. That is called specific performance. In certain cases, the court may insist them the party carry out the agreement. Here court is saying that both parties who are presented in the contract, they want to perform their duties completely which are mentioned in the contract. That is legalized. So if any of the parties fail to perform the contract, the court may order them to do so according to the promise. If any one of the party who are present in the contract breaking the contract, it is not at all correct. Now the court is giving order them to do which was not done by previously. So you want to do your duties which are mentioned according to the contract. This is a decree of specific performance. What is the meaning of decree? Means official order. This is a official order or a judicial order from the court of specific performance and is granted instead of damages. For example, A decided to buy a parcel of land from B and B also accepted at the first time. The contract has done between party A and party B. But after entering into the contract, now B refuses to sell. Then A approached immediately to the court. Then the court is saying that the court can order B to perform his duties under the contract and sell land to the A. This is the example for sue for specific performance. Fourth point, injection order. An injection is basically like a degree of specific performance but for a negative contract. Here, injunction means warning order which is given by the judicial system. Here, injunction is a warning order which is given by the court. An injunction is basically like a degree for a specific performance but for a negative contract. Here, an injunction is a court order restraining a person from doing a particular act. So, a court may grant injunction to stop a party of the contract from doing something he promised not to do. Here, there is a contract between party and party B, and legalized contract is there. But here, one party is misleading the law. He is overcoming the law. He is doing some illegal activities. The other party is unable to stop the activities of the party B. Then the party is going to the court and applying for injunction order. When the court analyzes this case, it will gives the injunction order. Then the party B want to immediately stop to by receiving the injunction order, which is illegal activities are done by the party B. Here, sometimes he promises not to do. So, a court may grant an injunction to stop a party of contract from doing something he promised not to do. And in a prohibitory injunction, the court stops the commission of an act, and in a mandatory injunction it will stop the continuance of an act that is unlawful. If any unlawful or illegal activities are done by in the contract which is against to the law, which is against to the Indian contract, then we can approach the court and the court will give injunction order. Immediately our problem will be solved. And coming to the fifth point, quantum merit. The meaning of quantum merit is reasonable value of services. Here, quantum merit literally translates to as much is earned. As much is earned. At the time when one party of the contract is prevented from finishing his promises of the contract by the other party, he can claim the quantum merit. Here, there is a contract between party A and party B. Party A performed their duties completely, which is promised according to the contract. But now party B is not doing their duties which is performed which is promised in the contract, and he is not paying any amount towards to party A. So now the party A is going to court and filing a suit against to the party B according to his performance activity. Now he will get a quantum merit by the court. So he must be paid a reasonable remuneration for the part of the contract he has already performed. Here, party A has performed so much of activity. So now court is saying that he must be paid a reasonable remuneration for the party of the contract he has already performed. Here, party A is performed some amount of duties. Due to the duties, their work, after analyzing their performance, court is giving order to the party B. You want to pay some amount of money towards the party A, which they have already completed their performance. This could be remuneration of the services. This could be the remuneration of the services he has provided or value of the work he has already done. Here remuneration is giving by party B to party A, which services have been provided, the value of work he has already done. Thank you, my dear students. Please subscribe my YouTube channel.